I'm Donnie Hayden. I'm with the Erie office.
And I'm Sarah Hayden, also with the Erie office.
When you started the program, Sarah, did you do it together, or did by osmosis did your husband kind of come along? So you did it together.
We did it from day one. We did it together.
That's awesome. Okay, so let me take a step back. So, and Sarah, this might be more directed towards you with the symptoms and things like that. So before BeBalanced, before you even knew about us, kind of tell me a little bit about what you were experiencing.
So I had always been able to manage my weight pretty successfully with, eating well and exercise. And I just started to enter a stage where my cravings were off the charts. My weight was really off the rails, but I was nearly as heavy as I had been when I was pregnant with our second child. So outside of pregnancy, heavier than I'd ever been. In the years leading up to this, I didn't realize at the time how everything was connected. I was having fibroids in my breast and my uterus and endometrial issues, all sorts of female health issues, high levels of anxiety. I was trying to use supplements to avoid medication for that. So sleep was becoming disrupted and, just not feeling rested. And so, just kind of the spiral of everything together got me to a place where I knew I had to do something, and I had to do something different than what I had tried previously, because that approach just wasn't working anymore.
So what did you try before besides like supplements? I mean, did you try other like doctors, weight loss programs, things like that?
Yes, I myself did. We tried them all. Weight Watchers, Nutrisystem, Optavia, Atkins, pretty much calorie restriction with pretty intense exercise, and saw results, but could never sustain the level of results that we really desired. And like I said, at the point where I finally came to BeBalanced, the calorie restriction, heavy exercise approach just seemed to backfire. All I wanted to do was eat the wrong foods. And, I was just kind of an unfamiliar territory, didn't know what to do.
So what actually brought you to BeBalanced? How did you hear about us? How did that come about?
So I had done some reading on, the role of hormones in weight loss. And then one night, just laying in bed, watching some TV before winding down, a commercial popped up, and it caught my attention because it mentioned, the hormone balancing as part of the philosophy. And so that, I think, because of the reading I'd done, it really caught my attention. And I thought, well, maybe this is a different approach, and called, I think, the very next day, talked to Denise and just got some information. And I asked Donnie if he'd be game to try it with me. And at that point, thinking it was going to be more tailored to a woman's needs, but he's had just incredible success, beyond anything we ever expected. So yeah, we just decided we went and met with Denise the week between Christmas and New Year's, and decided to sign up, and we started New Year's Day.
That's awesome. Okay, Donnie. So what were your thoughts initially? I mean, when she told you about it, kind of what was your philosophy?
Well, all joking aside, I always kid with her that she gets me into some harebrained ideas and crazy situations. But, and I had that after our initial meeting with Denise. I was like, okay, I'm going to go along, be a good sport and be supportive, not anticipating the success and, how good I would feel coming out of this. And I've lost 100 pounds 3 different times. More, like Sarah said, just calorie restriction, just in the gym 2-3 times a day, basically punishing myself and to get the weight off. And this program is completely different that way.
And the support to maintain in this program is unlike anything we've tried before, because it feels like everything we've tried before was all focused on the weight loss piece. And then you kind of got to that goal or something close to it and you're kind of left on your own. So you just kind of fell back into old habits, and it, eventually got us back to where we started. The support and assistance to that maintenance phase in this program, I think, really sets it apart from others.
That's awesome. Yeah, we have an amazing community. I'm so honored and blessed to be part of this company. It's incredible. And like to be able to learn how to sustain weight loss and how to make it a lifestyle is so huge, because everyone, you could lose weight, maybe not as quickly and feel as good as this program and as healthy, but keeping it off is just as much part of the battle.
Well, right. And learning to cook recipes that we have fallen in love with, that, just now are part of our weekly routine, and they're all whole food recipes. One of the things we really struggled with on other programs is like the processed foods that kind of came along with it. And I understand that's done for ease, but we just didn't feel good eating that food. And yeah, the food that this program recommends, it's really life-giving. You feel that from the very beginning.
That's amazing. All right, Sarah. So tell me, unless Donnie, were you going to say something? You look like you.
The only thing I wanted to mention too is I was on 110 milligrams of blood pressure medicine, and I've been off that for almost a month and a half now. Just as the weight was coming off, that was my goal, not thinking I'd lose. I'm at 99 pounds today, and but the blood pressure was just that. I've monitored it from day one, and just to see the decline in there is equally, if not more exciting than the weight loss. I just not to have to worry about taking those pills.
Yeah.
That I've done for probably 15 years.
Wow.
So,
well, you're giving yourself your life back. That's the greatest blessing you can give to your family, is being there for them. So that's amazing. So Sarah, tell me then, obviously, Donnie, I want to ask you too, because it's a different perspective, from symptom based. But Sarah, like when you were telling me about all those things in the beginning, so how did, besides the weight, and you didn't even tell me your weight. So just start with, on the BeBalanced program, I lost a total of whatever. And then if you could go in kind of the symptom relief that you experienced.
Sure. On the BeBalanced program, I lost 30 pounds. And I would say, in addition to the weight loss, that was kind of the initial reason that brought me to the program, but it uncovered all of these other benefits I didn't expect. My anxiety levels have just completely normalized. I take nothing for anxiety, nothing prescribed, or even the natural supplements I had been using before. As far as other symptoms, female related symptoms, unfortunately, because I didn't kind of understand all of this sooner, I had taken some steps like an endometrial ablation and lumpectomies and so on, to address some of my most pressing needs, but I have virtually no PMS symptoms. And I've even experienced some reset in my cycle. It's just, I would not have expected the complete alignment that comes with this program: emotional, physical, spiritual. You just kind of feel more in sync on all levels. So sleep, I'm sleeping so soundly and so much better. I wake up feeling refreshed and energized. I would say, and then, like I said, just feeling satisfied with the food we're eating, and knowing it's good, whole food, cognitive ability even. I was really feeling foggy a good amount of time, to the point where it was really starting to concern me. And I have felt reversal of that. So yeah, the list kind of goes on and on.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So Donnie, besides the weight and your blood pressure, I mean, I'm assuming obviously when you lose that much weight, your energy goes up. So tell me a little bit about kind of what you experienced, or maybe some things you weren't expecting.
Yeah, I mean, the energy, has been exponentially different. I mean, I don't know. I almost have to force myself to go to sleep at times. It's just, I wasn't expecting that. Like I said, the process that I went through before with, going to the gym and waking up and just beating myself and tearing myself down and then to be on this, the simplicity of it is just, I don't know, some symptoms that I don't have anymore. I had fluid in my legs from obviously the blood pressure medicine I was on, and just that much weight carrying around. I don't have any of that fluid anymore. My joints don't ache. Never realized, or maybe I've been told several times and just didn't retain it, but the sugar, being off the sugar has just been, I was a Diet Pepsi addict. I love Diet Pop, and that was, as much as everybody said it was just as bad, I just didn't listen. But being off of it for the last 5 months now is just, I feel night and day difference.
Good. Yeah, it's funny how, like, I tell people about artificial sugars and stuff, and I'm like, your body doesn't know the difference. In fact, it's worse, because it's not only does it not know the difference, but thinks it's a foreign object. So it's like, like a chemical, and then it still spikes your insulin. So it's doing the same thing. It just doesn't have the calories. And as you know now, calories don't really matter that much. I mean, they do in a sense, but it's just really interesting how it all works. But yeah, I mean, any time that you can be, and that what you're putting in your body is healthy for you. I mean, everything that we have from our supplements, it's like we only use the highest quality ingredients, because that's how you heal your body. It's not through medications. It's not through quick, even though this weight loss is quick, but it's because you're burning your own fat. So yeah, no, that's incredible. I mean, you guys have done such a good job talking. Like, Donnie, it looks like you were going to say something.
I did. I wasn't gonna, but I just feel I should. Just as far as other symptoms, I think it was eye opener to Sarah. I mean, there were nights where she would have to actually see if I was still breathing, and just because of that weight, and she didn't know this, but the thoughts, that when I was going to bed that I could not wake up, I just felt that kind of pressure on my chest, and the mind was playing tricks. I mean, it was intense, like at times to have that feeling. I mean, we have a almost 3-year-old grandson, and it's just, to leave that stuff, family and stuff like that, that's really what we needed to do.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you both. I mean, it's funny once you get into this. I mean, the changes happen so quickly. It's very easy to stick with it and be motivated, but that's that starting point that's always hard. I've tried so many things. What's different about this? Or, I don't want to go through all this just to gain it back. And so it's like, getting through that initial push and saying to yourself, because a lot of times we ask people, like, what was your trigger moment? Like, what was that moment where you're like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not living like this. You know what I mean? So congratulations for taking that step and putting your health forward. I'm sure your relationship together, especially doing this together. Tell me a little bit about that, about having a partner through the process.
It was huge. And because it's funny, we kind of, have heard of the yin and the yang. He would have an awesome day, and I would do okay. But so I can still take joy in what he was achieving on those days. And likewise, the same would happen with me, and we could just be an encouragement to each other. And frankly, I don't think we would have been as committed to it if we hadn't been doing it together, because we ended up doing 2 rounds of weight loss. And then a little bit extra because we had drops to use up, and we didn't want to waste them. So I kind of brought him along initially, and then he did so well. Like, he's like, we got to do another round of weight loss. And I wasn't sure I wanted to. So it's just been funny how our roles have kind of reversed and ebbed and flowed as we've gone through this. And we have balanced each other out in that way through the whole program.
That's amazing. It's funny. So you lost 100 pounds in a little over 2 rounds.
Yeah. 2.5
That's
rounds.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost not fair. I mean, even for women, because like most weight loss programs, you're lucky to get 1 pound or 2 pounds a week.
Right.
And for a woman, I mean, you're in it for the long haul. So to even lose 15, 20 in a month is insane. But for guys, I mean, it's already unfair, just normal weight loss. But I mean, that's crazy. But like, look how quickly your life turned around. You know what I mean? Like, and that's such a testament itself, because that's, when I use this video as a couple, as just Sarah, as just Donnie, that's why we use these, because we're speaking to people like, hey, like, you can do this and it's not going to take long. And this is what's going to come of it. Because I think, people are like, oh my gosh, if I had to lose 100 pounds, I mean, that's going to take me a year. Well, you did it in almost 3 months. That's crazy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So did either of you have, I mean, obviously you're off their blood pressures. Did you guys go to the doctor? Did you get blood work? Did you see any other differences there?
Cholesterol improvements, for me, like I said, just, not having to supplement or do anything for anxiety. My doctor was very impressed to hear that. She was very curious about the program and loved the basis of it. So she was very encouraging of it, especially as she saw the tangible results and the weight loss too, of course.
How about you, Donnie?
I've been vitamin D deficient for quite some time. And she actually said that she's never seen vitamin D levels that they were at. And that was early on. I think my appointment was January 17th or something of this year. So I was only 3 weeks in, and the results of the blood work they were off the charts on everything. I
Your
can't even.
Liver enzymes, remember, were like super great. And yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
Which is a testament to the quality of the supplements, because we were doing the Heprocell and, really I highly encourage all of the products. Everything we've used has just been high quality. You can feel the difference as you introduce them to your regimen. And it's the proof is in the
sugar-free
data,
pudding.
Yeah.
Chai pudding.
Right.
Yeah. Chai.
If I could just ask you, like, kind of sum up how this has changed your life.
Whole from an emotional, physical, spiritual standpoint, it really brings everything into balance and alignment. You can unlock parts of your thinking, of your ability to dream and kind of think about the future in a different way. Even as strange as that sounds, that is when you're back in line and in all aspects. It just changes the way you see your potential and the way you approach life on all levels.
I would say, really, what I've told everybody that's asked me, it's been a mind, body, and spirit reset for me. Again, like Sarah said, just unlocking potential that you didn't even, know you had or, could see going into this.
Oh, I'm so happy for you guys. Like, I could feel the joy and like the passion coming out of you. And I'm so glad that you could do it together, because, Sarah, you were on this journey, and Donnie, you were still sort of stuck, and maybe I'm not waking up tomorrow. And it's like, you could have resented her even. And like, it almost could have been, like there could have been so many different avenues. So I give you so much credit for, it sounds like you kind of just go with the flow with your wife in general. Cause you were like,
pretty much.
But that's awesome because, you know,
Good
that's
support.
partnership. You know what I mean? It's like supporting each other. And, you know, I'm sure even if you didn't do it, she'd be cooking the meals, and maybe you're the cook. I shouldn't say that,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? And
No.
we've heard stories of like husbands losing 30 pounds just because their wife is cooking differently. And I'm like, well, that's not fair, but that's awesome. You know what I mean?
Well, we
So
have seen some of that with our son, he's
that's great.
eating some of the same meals we are now, things that he wouldn't have eaten before, but has been willing to try because I think he sees us leading by example.